noble ones. Hello. How's everyone doing tonight? Or this evening, should I say, depending. Or this morning, I don't know where you are. Hey, from South Germany, don't call me chicken. Hi, Daxfile, good to have you here. Hello, Adrian, over on YouTube, King Homeschool, Declan Gates, the Metatron has spread his wings. Indeed, my friend. Hello from a fellow language enthusiast here in Canada. Hey, Spicy Techie, good to have you here. Healthy cycles of language learning, that's a good idea, Declan, I'll consider that. Hello, hello. Ciao, ciao, hello. Hail from Lisbon, Portugal, NMC 1992, hello. Servus and salve. Hey, nice to have you here. Alright, so tonight is kind of a special streaming event because this is an extra streaming. Usually, I've been doing my streams on, I've been multi-streaming between Twitch and YouTube, but mostly at 9 p.m. my time, which is Central Standard. Right now it's 6. So I'm 3 hours earlier than usual. And that is because normally when I multi-stream on Twitch and YouTube, the YouTube end of the discussion is my gaming channel, Metatron's Protectorate, which is a kind of a smaller channel with 10,000 subs, because at 9 p.m. every day I stream gaming. But today, right now, we're having a chat reacting to... In fact, let me move the chat in the front for now. There you go. There you go. So I was saying right now it's kind of different because I'm actually multi-streaming with Metatron's Academy, which is something I want to start doing. So this is kind of a, well, I don't, maybe this could be the very first live stream event ever on the 2nd on Academy. Maybe, I'm not sure. You say I'm glitching. Well, let me know if it's only on you, if anyone else sees me right. Any connection problems? Saludos de los Estados Unidos, says Dominique. Nice. So this part of the stream, both for this section of the stream today, which we're going to be here for, I want to say, maybe an hour and a half. And we're going to review a few videos. We're going to mostly talk about languages and anything you want to talk about, because I always answer your questions regardless during live stream events. But the main topic is going to be linguistic. And there are a couple of videos that I want to check with you. In fact, I want to react to Xiaoma live. That's one thing we're going to do. We're going to check a few videos. But then, just letting you know, on Twitch, tonight at 9:30 probably, we are still gonna have another live stream of about 3 hours, all for gaming. So that one is not cancelled. Today it's double live streaming, and that one I'll multi-stream with Protectorate. So yeah, Rebecca says seems fine to me. That's good. So maybe it was just some problem that Al was having. I hope that you get your connection problems sorted. Hey Metatron, love you, bro. Hey JT. In fact, I'm curious how many people. Hey Baron, good to have you here. Vote shall I see? Yeah, I did have a bit of lag, but it could be a local internet. Well, I don't know if it's 2 people already. Hopefully not. Hello, hello, Luofanda. Good to have you here. Metatron brother, would you like to react to Blood of the Dawnwalker trailer? If it's a video game, we'll react to it later tonight. So not during this stream, because gaming stuff only happens late at night. Hi from Brazil, Asia dealer. How many people have we got? Let me see. So on Twitch we have 17 viewers right now. Let's see, let's move things around, and let's see how are we doing on YouTube, since I literally never live stream on Academy. I'm curious. Concurrent viewers right now 44. It's kind of similar to Protectorate, but we'll see how it goes. Maybe we'll get a bit of a higher number later. In fact, let me exit this. I'm gonna start. Let me show you a few videos that I want to kind of start by reading chat first. If you got questions, you do a little bit of a Q&A, and then we'll move into the actual React section of this live stream. So we're gonna do a few things all together. And Dante Darth Vader Crazy Metatron Academy. Hola from Portugal. Hola, my friend. Hola. A Sabini Rica Metatron. Saluti da Kyoto. Very nice. What language is that? A Sabini Rica. Oh, in Sicilian. Took me a second, Francesco. For some reasons. Yeah, it took me a second. Hi from Argentina, Bruno. Good to have you here. I like the Sardinian Legionary because it's traditionally Sardinian overtone singing with a Roman theme. Sardinian is such a fascinating language. That's a nice helmet. Makariv. Nice Brigandine. Hey JT. Chotto Nihongo. What would you like? What are you trying to say? Because I think that that's incorrect grammatically. So are you trying to say I am speaking a little Japanese? If you want to say that, then it would be Chotto Nihongo hanashite iru or hanashite imasu. Oh, don't worry about it. Absolutely. Japanese is a difficult language, mate. So I'm not trying to shame you in any way, shape, or form. Just trying to help. So hanashite iru or hanashite imasu. And for emphasis, you can, yeah, hanashite iru. Yeah. You would spell it like this, though. Let me spell it for you. Hanashite iru. There we go. Hanashite iru. Hanashite iru. Keeping in mind that that's informal, though. Nihongo wa hanashite iru. So with me, no problem. But perhaps if you're speaking to a Japanese for the first time, you might want to say hanashite imasu. Nihongo hanashite imasu. Hanashite imasu yo. You could add a little thing. Last call. Thank you for the donation. Buonasera to you. Perfect. Hanashite iru. You can separate te and iru when you write in Romaji, like you're doing it. That's absolutely fine. But you don't have to. You can also write it all together. But for learning purposes, just you can do that. Arigatou gozaimasu. Yeah? Do itashimashite tondemonai. If you have any questions, if you want to know how to say something, if I know it, I'll be more than happy. Now watch him ask me. So Metatron, how do you say cloning utilizing only stem cells? I don't know. Well, I actually, I'll think about it. I might know that one. Salve Metatron, Dux Sapientiae. Utuales. Very nice. Timo, we got a little Latin here. A little Latin here. So. Nihongo wa muzukashii. It is, I agree with you, Fraser. Nihongo wa muzukashii. Yep. It is a difficult language, but boy, is it rewarding when you start understanding and you start to be able to communicate and really tell people what you want to say, the way you want to say it. It's really fun. It's really fun. Yeah. A little trick for pitch accent, in case you guys are interested. Maybe not. But for those who are, literally, I want to say is there an exception? I'll think about it if there is an exception. But in general, if you have adjectives in Japanese, and I'm talking pure adjectives, so the ones that finish with i, like muzukashii, omoshiroi, and all of those, kawaii, the pitch is always the same. It's low, high, 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 until the final e, which is low. So, muzukashii, kawaii, omoshiroi. The only exception is that there are a couple of adjectives like akai that you can do without going down with a down step. But if you do add the down step, it's acceptable as well. So in other words, it's a little trick for pitch accent, since pitch accent is complicated and I myself sometimes mess up. With E adjectives, it's actually very simple. If you do a low, high, maintain I until the last E, and that one has a down step, yeah, exactly, JT, kawaii, kawaii, muzukashii. And of course, if you need to add des, then that one is low because E is already low. So, muzukashii desu, muzukashii desu. 難しいんだよ if you want to go a little anime style, I guess. Good evening. Have you been very well, Winter Suns? Good to have you here. Raf, did you see that the the Dequitem, I think you mean, reacted to Dash? I saw that he posted, but I hadn't had time because I'm still in production here. Still production time. I can only have sort of time to watch the people's stuff in the evening. So still too early in the day for me to be able to watch stuff without producing. Zoom Olga has an interesting question. Hello, what is your opinion on the use of AI like ChatGPT for language learning? I think language models are excellent for language learning. And they're not great for information, but they are good because they sometimes make mistakes. So if you ask a language model, I tried this I haven't tried with ChatGPT, but I tried with Claude AI. In fact, we might even check with ChatGPT tonight together. But if you ask them to teach you pronunciation, sometimes they make mistakes. And if you ask them specifically pitch accent, I asked Claude AI what the correct pitch accent of Japanese words that I knew the pitch accent of, and it messed up. And then I corrected it, and the AI said, "Oh yeah, sorry, you're right." And then so I wouldn't use it for informational purposes, but to practice, for instance, I have ChatGPT on the phone, so I often do it. So I will turn on ChatGPT and I'll start speaking to ChatGPT in English, and then I'll say, "Okay, let's speak Japanese." And then ChatGPT does that, and they can hold a conversation in an excellent way. And if ChatGPT uses words that you're not familiar with, you can ask it to explain to you what they mean. If you don't understand the explanation in language, you can ask them translate it in English. It's actually excellent to have a conversation partner, particularly if you don't have a real one, because you have to speak. I tried it in Mandarin, I tried it in French, I tried it in Italian, of course, a little bit, not because I needed it, but just to test it. And I think these language models are fantastic for language learning. Absolutely. Oh yeah, the multi reacting trends with arms and arms YouTubers. Yeah, I wish they got a bit more views, but it is fun. It is fun to make. Lotusi says, well, as a Romanian, this is something I want to say to you. When you listen Romanian being spoken, you recognize some words that were borrowed from Latin pretty recent, like salut. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's like Romanian to me is sometimes I'll be like, oh, yeah, I can recognize that word. Absolutely. Like easy. And then other times I'm like, I haven't got a clue. And I think the times that I don't have a clue, it's either because I'm not used to the pronunciation of some vowels, but I'm working on it, or because it's Slavic. And anything Slavic in origin, I haven't got a clue, of course. So it's kind of a dice roll with Romanian when it comes to me. Unless, I guess, the Romanian speaker knows that they're speaking to an Italian, and at that point, perhaps they can select words that make it easier for me to understand. That's absolutely a possibility. When are you going to reply to Shad and his reaction? I will, but I was actually thinking to, before I do that, I wanted to invite Shad to play some games together one of these nights on Twitch and multi-stream it. I think that would be great, like Knights of the Round. We could do, I could duel him in Hellish Court. Wouldn't that be fun? I'd like to do that first, mostly because the react are so fun, but they don't get views, unfortunately. Moshelemkin, hey Metatron Germany, sorry I missed your last couple of streams. Yeah, don't worry about it. I've been streaming late. I've been streaming late, but tonight I'll try to, for the gaming stream, I'll try to be a little more in time. It's just that I'm a Southern Italian, so there was no chance for me being always precise and on time. Like, there's no way. Are you a full-time YouTuber? Absolutely, Poondog. Yeah, 100%. I've been for years now. That's all I do. YouTube is all well, not just on YouTube though. I'm a full-time content creator, I would say, because I have three YouTube channels. I have Twitch. Right now I'm multi-streaming on Twitch. I do go live on Twitch 5 times a week, 4 to 5 times a week. But we're gonna increase that because I'm gonna start multi-streaming with Academy. So that's gonna, increase. And then I have other platforms, but right now I'm mostly focusing on these, and of course Patreon. So yeah. Have you ever made your own language? When I was a teenager and I was into D&D, I did put together the basis for a language that we can use during our playthroughs of D&D, but then that was it. Man, I was like 15. Any concrete plans to study a new language? I have to, genetics asks, I first have to reach fluency in Mandarin and then we can start choosing another language. And why not? We'll choose it with the community. We'll choose it with you guys. So let me get to Mandarin to a point where I'm happy with it. And then we'll do like a plan all together and we'll try to figure it out. And I'll have the community. Oh, this is going to be fun. I'm going to do a poll on Academy. And we're going to try, and you guys are going to select my next language. Ooh, that's going to be great. What time zone are you in? Central Standard Time. Yeah, I still have a Teespring account with the shirts. Believe it or not, I forgot all about the Teespring account. And then after like a year, I opened it up and I had made some sales and it had accumulated like $300-400. So I was like, oh, look at that. So I said, pay me, and they sent me the money on PayPal. And then I took the 22% cut and sent it to gave it to the government, I guess. And then it was nice. I could buy some. I don't even remember what I bought with it. I mean, it wasn't like life-changing amount of money, but hey, it's $300, $400. Why not? What ancient language would you use in fantasy setting? Which of them are easier to learn and repeat for actors? Definitely Latin. And the reason is, even though Latin is complicated as an ancient language, it is the most documented one we have. So wouldn't it be cool to do Akkadian language? Yes, but even though we do have some Akkadian, we do quite a bit, in fact, but not as much as Latin. Latin is the most documented one of all the ancient languages, I believe. Sanskrit has got a lot of documentation too, so that's an option too. Mandalorian or Klingon? That could be interesting. You gotta learn something Germanic, Scandinavian. Yeah, I'd love to learn, to really focus on a Nordic language and try to reach at least a basis. An A2. I'm not saying I want to become whatever the heck, but I need to get Viking citizenship, but perhaps an A2 level would be fun. It's gonna have to be, though, my next language is gonna have to be still a language that I can speak with people. So I wouldn't put down, I studied Latin in school and I occasionally review it because of, when you study the sources and whatnot, but I wouldn't spend time on an ancient language right now because I'm interested in communicating with people. It's the most fun aspect. So unless you can send me back to ancient Rome, and I know that Latin, it has 14,000 speakers worldwide, but still it's different. You don't have like a country where you can go and they speak Latin. Vatican doesn't count. So I would like to, learning a Nordic language or learning, I don't know if I want to go through another Asian languages, honestly, after Japanese and Mandarin. Well, if you guys vote for Korean, I guess I'll do Korean. I don't know what to say. The people have the power. I do want to play Indiana Jones. Yeah. It's just that Duckledore, it's just that it doesn't have priority right now because I noticed that on my gaming channel, Metatron's Protectorate, anything medieval related gets very good views. So I posted a gameplay of Golden Axe Returns and it did exceptionally well. I mean, 8,000 views might not sound like much, but for a channel with 9,000 subscribers or 10,000 subscribers, it's actually excellent. It's way above its weight class. So I'm gonna have to do more Golden Axe tonight. I'm gonna play Half Sword. I'm gonna play Golden Axe and I basically finished the whole game with Tyrus Flare. It's about an hour of content edited, and then tonight I'll do it with Axe Battler. So I have to kind of give focus. Even my Hellish Quart video is doing exceptionally well for the third channel, and I really have a lot of high expectations for that channel. Also because I'll be honest with you, the idea of making money, I don't like saying being paid, but making money playing video games, it's just great. So that's why I like to do that. Yeah, I do have a gaming channel. Yeah, it's called Metatron's Protectorate. It's doing well. I post every day on there too. So there's a lot of content, and I go live like 5 times a week on that channel. So there is that. It's a very active channel. I was doing shorts too, but then I watched videos from creators that say that shorts are channel killers right now because what they do, is that if you make a lot of shorts and you get a lot of views, first you make virtually no money. Even if you get millions of views, you don't really get. So there's no point in making shorts from a monetary standpoint. But you might say, yeah, but what about the subscribers? Because if you get millions of views and people subscribe, yeah, you do get a lot of subscribers, but then it creates a split audience because the people that subscribe from shorts often do not watch your long format content, as per analytical data review from big channels that tried this. And so what happens is that when YouTube, then you post your long format content and YouTube tests with a pool of subscribers, but within that pool of subscribers, you have half of them come from shorts. They don't watch your video. So YouTube thinks the video is not doing well, and you overall, it's a channel killer. So right now I stopped doing shorts in all of my platforms, and I'm just focusing on long format content, and that's it. Are you in cryptology and mathematics? Oh, I thought cryptocurrency for a moment. I was like, oh no. Yeah, cryptology, you mean like understanding codes and that kind of stuff? 100%. Mathematics, I find it fascinating, but I don't know anything. Anything. Hebrew is one of the most documented old languages. Well, of course, yeah. I mean, they resurrected it. That's why I don't really consider it. I didn't put it in the pool of the ancient languages that, because that one has been fully artificially resurrected. And now it has native speakers. Do you ever find it hard to get used to changing the way you think culturally when speaking a different language? At first, sure, hard mode, but I think one thing that I did whenever I moved to other countries to really deepen my understanding of whatever language I was focusing on, I tried to open my mind to recognizing the fact that when I move to another country, I am the alien, I am the foreigner. Not in a bad way, of course, but what I mean by that is, if I'm from Italy and we do things a certain way, if I move to Japan, which is, as you know, what you did, or what I did, or when I moved to the UK, or now that I moved to the US, I have to recognize that expecting Americans, Japanese, and Brits to do things the way we do in Italy is it's out of place. So I stopped judging and I started to conform up to a certain extent. So if, say, in Italy we speak very loud, okay, particularly in the south, but in Japan they don't. So there's no point for me to go there and be like, oh, these Japanese, they don't know how to have fun. There's no point. It's better to, if I'm in a train in Japan, I'll speak quietly because that's what they do in that country. It's a way to show respect to another people, to another country's and another people's culture, which at the end of the day, if you don't respect them, why are you even learning the language, right? So that's the same way I approach interaction in America. If there is something that in America is frowned upon, I don't do it. If there is something that when I went to the UK, I mean, I was very young when I moved to the UK, but I kind of adapted quite easily to the way the Brits did things in general. I'm not saying that you have to change the way you think, but the way you behave should be structured dependent on where you are, just as a matter of politeness, just as a matter of politeness. And that way actually helps because then you don't stick out as a sore thumb. You integrate a lot more easily within the culture, and it actually translates into many more opportunities to have interaction, linguistic interactions with the natives, which you will benefit from because then you'll become fluent. And that's what we want, right? Meta crypto coin name before Meta does. No, never, never. Gosh, no. Metatron, Christian channel when? Oh gosh, I don't think I can do a fourth channel, man. I would explode right now. I'm already posting 90 times a month, plus Patreon, plus Twitch. I don't think I can physically run a fourth channel. That'd be crazy. Be nice though. I'd love to do that, but it is what it is. Dax5, you've seen videos of the dumb streamer that do stupid things in Asian country. Oh yeah, they piss me off every single time. Doesn't matter who the streamer is. I think it's very childish, very disrespectful behavior, and it's not. Yeah, it's not good. I hate that kind of streaming where like they misbehave. It's yeah. Ink panification. Hello. Hi, Metatron. Here's a video that might interest you. Arbeshes, Arbeshi's language. Can Sicilian and Albanian. Oh, wow. I'm totally checking that one out. We could Can Sicilian and Albanian speaker understand it? What language is it, by the way? It's basically a dialect of Albanian that it's influenced by Sicilian. Man, I'm putting this one on today's Reacts. Let me just... absolutely, we're checking that one out. Anything Sicilian related we're doing tonight. Ooh, I found it. Can Sicilian and Albanian... Yeah, found it. Good. We'll react to it. Thank you for that. Very good idea. Lovely. Let me open the chat. Will you ever stop learning languages? No, I don't think so. It's just too fun. Oh, it's a southern Albanian dialect, I see. Cool stuff. What do I think about Brazilian Portuguese? I love it, Daniel. It's my favorite. No disrespect to Portugal Portuguese, which I also like very much. But up to this point, I really like Brazilian Portuguese. But what's funny is that I actually prefer the Carioca accent over the Sao Paulo accent, even though I think maybe Sao Paulo is more correct, more like TV correct, I imagine. But I love the Carioca accent. I just love it. It makes me laugh. In a good way. Yeah. Man, I gotta find a Carioca YouTuber and tell them, hey, come to the channel. Let's do a little collaboration. You teach me. But you know what I'm gonna do one of these days? I'm planning a series for Academy where I'll try to teach my wife Sicilian. So like teaching my American wife Sicilian, it's gonna be hilarious. I'll teach her stuff that no foreigner, no non-Sicilian has ever said. So, do you like pesto? I love pesto. I love all forms, both the famous pesto that you're probably referring to, which is the Genoese, the one from Genova, pesto genovese, alla genovese. But there is a pesto alla trapanese, which is a Sicilian variety of pesto that I also like, and it's red. It's very different. That would be great, yeah. Not Siama asking for American coffee in Palermo. Oh, that was great. That one. Tonight we are looking, because I found that, you know how I reacted, obviously you're referring to that, I reacted to Siama going to Sicily, speaking Sicilian in Palermo. I love that video. I don't always like the clickbaity, the extra click, because I have a clickbaity nature myself, but he's the king of clickbait. Still, I'm not a huge fan of his titles, but then again, the content I would be lying if I didn't say that the content was very charming when it comes to him going, and it was an endearing video. I really appreciated him trying to speak Sicilian. I loved it. So that's what I mean. Like, I try to be fair. I may not like some of the things he does, but if I like the video, I like the video. It's a good video. I had fun. So I saw that he made a similar video with Neapolitan, and tonight we are reacting to it. Could you react to Seki Sensei? Kubudo Master reacts to Metatron. Ooh, but that one is from a long time ago. Yeah, I'll probably react to it, but that's gonna be on the main channel, so it has to be when I multi-stream with the main. So we'll do it one of these days, though. It's a good idea, so I'm just gonna jot it down if you don't mind. Video suggestions. React to Seki Sensei. Yeah, well, we should totally do that. Might even do a little intro in Japanese in case the sensei sees it, so that you can see that whatever. I'm being respectful. I've heard YouTube was gonna start cracking down on YouTube clickbaity titles. I wonder what parameter they're gonna use, because there are various different types of clickbait. There is clickbait that is literally just written or thought out in a way as to draw in more clicks, but it's still delivering on what it promises. That's the kind of clickbait that I use. So like when I say, this historian blew my mind about Pompeii, and then you click, and on the video, there's a historian, she says something about Pompeii that I didn't know, and it blows my mind. It's clickbaity, clearly. Of course, I could have said, discussion on Pompeii with historian, half the views. So it is clickbaity in the sense that it lures people in, but it delivers upon what it promises, which to me is a fine way of doing clickbait. Some people disagree, still, whatever. But then there is that clickbait which says, I don't know, you see a girl with a huge set up here, and then they say incredible mod, naked, whatever. Then you click, and it's a dog on a sofa. That is the bad type of clickbait, the one that promises, but just to lure you in, but then it doesn't. There's nothing. You don't even have the image that you see on the thumbnail, and that one is the one that annoys me. Let's see. Ink Panification, thank you for the support. To give you an idea, the Arberesh language is based on Albanian, and it was spoken by Albanian migration in the 15th century. This was after Skanderberg's time. Fascinating. I'm going to love learning about that. Thank you, Sika, for the donation. Metatron, I'm also Brazilian and my family comes from Sicilia. Splendid. Sika is my last name because of that. Sika Siculo, I see. Never been there, but one day, and looking forward to more Brazilian and Chinese content. Cheers. Oh yeah, I'll definitely make more. Thank you very much. You're very welcome here. You're like a Sicilian brother in Brazil. Love it. Man, I gotta visit Brazil one day. That's it. All advertising is clickbait in a way. Yeah. And they lie, exactly, and they lie. They don't even have to deliver. At least YouTubers, they use a little clickbait, but they do deliver. You know, it is what it is. It's like, hate the game, not the player is my motto. But yeah. Fabio says Brazil mentioned. Absolutely, man, your flag is awesome. You got one of the best flags ever. It's also the hue of green that is good. It's not just the globe with the blue and yellow and green has always been a great combination. And the reason why I like it is because it reminds me of the old school F1 Benetton. I don't know if you guys remember, but I've got to show you Benetton F1, but from 1990. Let me see if I can, maybe even earlier than that. Let me see. I'll share my screen in a second. Okay, it's not this one. It's not this one. I gotta find the right one. Let's see, 1995. No, even worse. Let's see, 1980 then. 1985. Man, I can't find it. 1988. Come on, you muppet. I remember it though. So I haven't dreamt it. I know for a fact that the Benetton as a Formula 1 car was yellow and blue before they went nuts with the colors. Let's see. I gotta find it. You know what? I'm gonna do this. Benetton Formula 1 yellow green. Let's see. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, let me share. Let me share my screen so you see what I'm talking about. Boom, look at this. This was the best Benetton ever. Not that I'm into Formula 1 that much anymore, but when I was a teenager, it was all my dad was watching anyways. And then we had like games such as Super Monaco GP for Mega Drive, Genesis. And I remember that these were the colors when, you know, do you remember the time when Ferrari went from full red, which is how Ferrari is supposed to be, to red, but with a white stripe, and everybody hated it. I don't even know why they changed it. This looks great. Not to mention when Williams were full blue. Yeah. Yeah, not even this, even before this, to be honest. Like something like this. It's I always loved the colors of Formula 1. It's just one of those things. I think it looks great. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why I like Brazilian colors. Best national anthem. I mean, I like my own anthem. I like Fratelli d'Italia, Brothers of Italy. That's what that means. Fratelli d'Italia. Plus, it's cool because it mentions ancient Rome. I don't know if you guys know that. I should make a dedicated video. Let me write it. Translating the Italian Fratelli d'Italia national anthem. Because it does speak about Rome and the helmet. I mean, it's great. The helmet of Scipio Africanus. Literally, it's in the anthem if you translate it. Man, I'm so gonna make a dedicated video to that. I might do it during the stream, in fact. Come stai? Bene, grazie, Lucas. Yeah, it's pretty good, the Italian. SPQR, yes, Senatus Populusque Romanus. What time is it in Italy? I haven't got a clue. I'm in America. It's probably like 2:42 a.m. in Italy or something like that. Yeah, iconic car colors, I agree. The Lamborghini for me, the Diablo is black. I know some people have it red, yellow. Man, who would have thought we would have spoken about cars as well? These channels are all over the place, just like me. Sacraletius, hello. Hello there. I've been watching your channel for a while. I really like your historical analysis videos, especially the ancient Rome medieval ones. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. More to come, my friend. More to come. Hard mode IRL for me as a Kiwi who has got a lot of slang and very casual learning Korean is very slow, but enjoying it. It's good to hear. I freaking love the Kiwi accent, by the way. It was I reacted on my gaming channel. I reacted to this guy who is a Kiwi, and he made this video about only using 80s technology for like a week or 2 weeks, which was fascinating because he looked much younger than me. So to him, it was stuff that he had never seen. But for me, it was what I remember because I'm an 80s kid. And so it was very nostalgic. But the fact that he has a very typical, I think, very pretty strong Kiwi accent. And I kept pausing and repeating. I'm like, and people, I'm gonna have like a 1 minute watch time if I keep doing this, but just couldn't stop it. I love the accent. Repeating him probably incorrectly, I imagine. Still, the New Zealand chain vowel shift is really cool. Yeah, Space Monkey. I'm fascinated by the way you guys Kiwis pronounce vowels. Not to mention, you have a few channels that do like old school gaming stuff like Warhammer Fantasy, Battle Masters. Once I watched, do you guys remember Battle Masters? You're probably too young for it. But yeah, remember this board game, Battle Masters? It was like Games Workshop, but before they went into full on Warhammer, I think. Yeah, and I remember that game, and I found this random couple of Kiwis in their 50s playing it. How many languages do you speak? I have a video on Academy actually answering that, but it depends because the degrees of fluency vary. But I want to say I'm confident with four. I've studied more than that, but I'm relatively confident with four. Depends on, yeah. Hi, Sir Pipwise. You're a bit of a history nerd. Tell me about it. アイルランドのアクセントは好きですか? You ask me. If I like the Irish accent? Absolutely. Absolutely. Parla un po'. Maxim Min says, parla un po' di siciliano. Speak some Sicilian. Amone, parliamo siciliano. Assiattate. Katisgangi kuain. Yeah, I'll use some Sicilian today. I'll do that. Oggi ti parlo siciliano. A così t'insegni a parlare siciliano pure tu. Yeah, we'll do that. It's gonna be good. Yeah, let me double check that I didn't miss any super chat. Oh, there we go. Obscure Orca, thank you for the donation. Metatron, check out the video about the blend of Italian Croatian spoken in Molise region of Italy in the city of Acquavive Colle Croce. Man, what, a city with what, 3 inhabitants? But sure, I'll check it out. Italian Croatian spoken in Molise. That is fascinating stuff. We'll check it out. Just added it. Thank you for the support, of course, for the stream. The difference between tra and fra. You can mostly use them interchangeably, but there is a difference. It's just I'll have to review it myself because I use it correctly, obviously, as a native. But if I have to review what the real reason behind the way I use it is, because otherwise I could just tell you something and it's not. Yeah, but in a lot of cases you can use them interchangeably. It's just that there is a difference. I think. I'll see if I can Google it for you so I can refresh my memory and I'll go like, oh yeah, of course, type of thing. Probably do that. Yeah. Exlo the Star says, the way you Sicilians put ease in your words sounds so much like a Cuban accent in Spanish, especially carne sounds exactly the same. But that's not just Sicilians, that's people in Palermo specifically, because people in the entirety of the east and center of Sicily don't do it. In fact, the split second, I would say carne to say meat, and someone from eastern Sicily hears me say it, they'll frown, they'll cringe, because they hate it. Or they don't, it depends on the person, but they don't do it. So I would say, to say like the door, which in Italian is la porta, in my version of Sicilian, I would say abuaita, abuaita. But they in the East would say abotta. So they don't do it. Their words are a lot shorter. Our words in Western Sicily, particularly the north of Western Sicily, man, the vowels, I would love adding vowels. We have a lot of vowels to add. Yeah. So it's specifically people in Palermo that do that. You started learning Japanese with Duolingo but stopped. You could start again. You could study again, why not? How do you learn languages? Daniel Bonofiglio asks, same Metatron, how do you learn languages if you don't need them on a daily basis? I picked up English without even noticing, but I can't learn Japanese for the life of me. You have to make it you have to pretend that you need to use them on a daily basis. You have to simulate the need. So find something that it belongs to your routine. It's something you have to do anyways, and just do it in Japanese. That's what I would suggest you to do. Yeah, the cards are fine, but cards are not going to change your life when it comes to, because I mean, I picked up several languages without ever using cards. You can do it if it's something that works for you, but it's like something that aids, but the fundamentals are absolutely daily practice. It's necessary. Here in Metatron's garage, he probably has a Lamborghini. No, I have a Mercedes. Maybe one day. Tomorrow, lad, thank you for the donation. You should totally do a try video for click languages like Zulu. Oh, yeah, you're right. Oh, yeah, is that the Xhosa? Is that the one with the weird mouth trick that they do? Is that the one? How difficult for you is it to read Dante? Depends on the passage. To read it, not too difficult, but to understand everything, sometimes I'll have to double check a couple of words. We can try. We could try tonight during the stream if you want. A little bit. I was thinking for Academy to make a whole video where I read the Divine Comedy a little bit. Yeah. Not fish cards, flash cards. I think they misspelt it. I mean, if you want to use fish cards, I mean, be my guess. So JT writes in Japanese and he says, 私のアクセントはちょっとアイランド人のアクセントです。でも、とても難しいよ。So you're saying my accent is a bit of an Irish accent, but it's very difficult. That's what you said. Cool, cool. Very nice. Very nice. Favorite band of what? Music, you mean? Depends on the mood. It actually really does. Netflix Foreign, is Divine Comedy and Inferno really so much more delightful to read if you are native in Italian? I think so, but we can compare if you want. We can have a look at even the first few passages, maybe first 10 passages in original Italian, medieval Italian, in fact, because it's Dante we're talking about, late medieval Italian, and then we can see how it's rendered in English, and I can tell you if the English translation is actually conveying the same level of poetic word choice and feeling as the original medieval Italian, or if Italian does have an advantage. I can be objective about it. I don't have to say that Italian is better just because I'm Italian. That doesn't matter. Metatron is totally a metalhead because of the hair. Oh, well, yes, absolutely. Yeah, I'm an old school like Metallica fan and Stratovarius, epic metal, power metal, all of that stuff. I grew up with that stuff. Popescu, are you trying to say that you like turtles? Is that what you're trying to say with kame, or is it something else? Have I read Umberto Eco? Isn't it with one C? Gosh, I don't remember. Maybe, but many years ago. Puppet Master is a great one. Thank you, John Morden, for the donation. Very generous of you. What about using ChatGPT to learn a language? It's actually excellent. I was speaking about it earlier on the stream. You can use it to actually have a conversation. Language models are excellent for learning languages, just as long as you don't ask them for information, because then they could get it wrong. I used this for a month to visit France, and I became conversational. I learned the verbs and conjugation, then I had objects. No, it is good. I use it. I use ChatGPT. Yeah, it's Echo with one C, yeah. Have you met Italian descents abroad before? I'm a Trentino one. Absolutely. Whenever we go to New York with my wife, we always go to Little Italy, and it's fun to see second or third generation Italians, Italian Americans. Metatron さんはとてもかっこいいです。Thank you. あ、すいません。どうもどうも。That's a lot of languages. Lepe admit. Good for you. Good. Popescu says, I don't know Japanese. Ah, that's fine. Don't worry. Just if you tell me what you want to say, I can tell you how to say it. If I know it. Let's see. Do you have long hair because you're a metalhead, or are you a metalhead because you grew long hair? Both. Not really. I mean, I have long hair because I like long hair. That's it. But then I just so happened to also like heavy metal music. Yeah, they said someone wrote Metatron is cool. Exactly. Someone wrote Metatron Kakoides in Japanese. Yeah, that's correct. Turtles are pretty sick, not gonna lie. Yeah. Yeah, Sabaton is good. You feel like you learned 90% of your English from video game, TV shows, etc. It doesn't surprise me. They are excellent ways if you because you're learning from something you like, and that's what makes the difference. It's not even the format. It's simply the fact that you enjoy it. If you have a passion for something, you're much more likely to enjoy spending a lot of time doing it. And of course, if you do it in the target language, that converts into you spending a lot of time studying the target language. Whereas if you're doing some kind of boring exercises, you'll stop after 20 minutes, you won't do it for 2 days, and that doesn't achieve anything. Yeah, not from school doesn't surprise me at all. You know, when I was a teacher in high school at one point, I had my students play Skyrim. I had my freaking students play Skyrim, and I told them, listen, you're not allowed to speak anything but English. You're going to play Skyrim, and you're going to describe everything you see. Cavern, rivers, trees, bark, bushes, the number of vocabulary, of words that they, and let me tell you, they remembered it. Oh, they remembered it. Because who cares? Who cares if they, if you're a headmaster in a school or a teacher, and you want what is it that you want? You want the students to remember vocabulary for a specific given topic. The way they remember it should be irrelevant as long as it presents good results. So sitting down, give them the list, and they are there with the list, and they read it: mountain, avalanche, earthquake, and they're going to forget everything. Or you have them play something or watch something they enjoy, and they retain everything. I choose the latter. Gotta be a little open-minded when it comes to that. Ink Benification, thank you for the donation. I wonder if someone learned English by watching the, I don't know what that is, Boondocks, I don't know what that is. I usually prefer to use YouTube, yeah, Poondog. No, I never studied Sanskrit. My cousin did, but I didn't. I only attended one lesson at university because I wanted to know how to. I was studying. Uh, I was preparing at university for an exam called Religions of the Far East, and so because I was studying Buddhism, Shinto, and all of that, but specifically in the context of Buddhism, I was curious to know how to pronounce all the different bodhisattva and Buddha for the exam, and so I attended one lesson or maybe two of Sanskrit, and I asked in order for me to be able to ask the professor and tell you how do you pronounce it. It was the Bodhisattva Avalokiteshvara. So yeah, but that's it. It's not like I don't speak it. I don't know anything. I heard it spoken, but I don't. Yeah, sure. what do you like about living in the States versus Europe and vice versa? So one thing that I don't like about living here, particularly when compared to Italy, is the lack of the cafe culture. The idea of going to the cafe, sit down, or maybe even standing and drinking your coffee espresso, but having a chat, having a little talk, because they know it's a family run business in most cases in the South. So you go, you can speak to them, you can develop all of that is missing here. You just drive with a car, open window, different person every time, pay an insane amount of money for diluted sugar. So yeah, that's one thing that I miss a lot from the culture in my country. But on the other hand, there are a lot of things that I like about the US. So a lot of things I like about the US. For instance, I love the house where we live in this specific area. I like that there are all of these houses and you've got like the residential area that is kind of separate. Instead, Italy, it's a bit like New York in the sense that you live here, then underneath you there is a bottega or a shop, and there is a lot of people walking around. The area where I'm living now, it's more like decentralized that way. So you have your little land, and you've got your little trees, and I kind of like that. You guys drive a lot in the US. I prefer taxes here. Let me tell you that. Pundog asks me, "Are you an atheist?" No, I'm a Christian. Carl, the Greeks and Romans ever noticed a commonality in Sanskrit when they first arrived? I can't think of a mention out of the blue, but I might have to double check it. Probably something I should ask my lead researcher, Dr. Canestrelli. He's usually good with those details, although, it is a figment of my imagination. Sorry, I forgot. My team doesn't exist, according to my haters. It's so funny because they're actually commending me, because if my team really didn't exist, of course they do. It's in fact, it's ever expanding. But let's pretend for a moment that my haters are right and I do not have a team. What that means is that every single video I've ever produced, including all of the research, it's just me. Man, they just saying that I'm awesome. I mean, because basically, I would know I'm doing what, like, published classicist, Egyptologist, anthropologist, all of these things, linguist, archaeologist with published authors, all of that stuff, all by myself. Thank you, I guess. Appreciate that. Hey, Sir Pippi Wise, thank you so much for gifting 5 subscriptions over on Twitch. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Did you know there is an immersion mod for Skyrim that changes the spoken language depending on the race? Really? So Nords speak German, Imperials Italian, Breton French. I had no idea. We are so going to have to review that on the language channel. That's so cool. Very much appreciated. Thank you for the gift of subs. Honestly, until you said otherwise, Meta, I thought you were in Sicily. I used to be in Sicily, but I moved to the United States 3 years ago. And yeah, so I have a green card. I live here. I live in the States. Yeah. Do you have a garden? Yes. We also have a vegetable garden, by the way. Yeah, but we do. I have some land. I own some land in the US. Is it true that Tantric Buddhism Tibetan originated from Bodhidharma? I haven't got a clue, Adi. I don't know. Kind of outside my field of expertise. Nords should speak Norwegian. I agree with you, Space Monkey. I think they should speak some, maybe even Icelandic, I wouldn't mind, but something Nordic. They should speak something Nordic, 100%. Let's see. One moment, please. Let's see. Okay. Let me close. I'm closing a few tabs because I have too many tabs open. There we go. But yeah. Notes you speak Danish. I'm definitely not biased, which I guess it means you're from Denmark. I always used to mispronounce your country. I always used to say Denmark because in Italian it's Danimarca. And so in English I would just add the E even though it shouldn't be there. Kind of funny. Hey, you're asking me, JT is asking me now if I have a vegetable garden in Japanese. Yes, I do. Arimasu. Yeah. Is there a language you would love to learn but you haven't yet? Oh, plenty. Absolutely. Yeah, I used to do Denmark instead of Denmark. Denmark. Dinamarca in Espanol? Wow, in Espanol, it's kind of the opposite of Italian. It's kind of we swapped vowels, isn't it? Oh yeah, we're gonna do some reacts. We're gonna start soon, Giuliano. I got a lot of tabs open here. Got a lot of stuff to check out. In fact, I'm gonna start very soon because I have too many videos. I even added some because you guys said coming up with good ideas. So we're gonna get started here. En portugués también Dinamarca, or like Spanish. Huh. Interesting. I'll have to try to pick up Danish. It's one of the videos I need to make soon. Since I tried Norwegian and Swedish. Italian man tries to learn Danish, and then we'll do Finnish. And then we'll do Icelandic. So I do all of the Nordic languages. Eventually Basque. Yeah, I want to start with the ones that are kind of a bit more, I want to say, popular from an algorithmic perspective. And then we'll dive into the small stuff. I don't think I have a favorite Slavic languages. I don't know much about Slavic languages. Not that it doesn't interest me, it does. Oh, by the way, I do need to turn off, before we start with the reacts, let me go to turn off. So I'll leave you with the chair for 20 seconds because I want to turn off the heating because it makes noise and I can see that the microphone is picking it up. So I'll be right back. Okay, so how are we doing? Let me see, YouTube. Good for Academy. Okay, let's get started. Let's move myself top right and let's go. Let me move the chat. I'm still gonna review, of course, read the chat, but I also need to give myself space for the video. Okay. Yeah, Polish should be the one I start with, I agree. All right, so here we are. Mr. Xiaoma again. So what we've got, if you remember, I did the one about Sicilian because I freaking loved it. It was a lot of fun. But then I found this video. American tourist in Italy speaks no Italian, only Neapolitan. Now, given I'm not from Naples, however, I can still double check his Neapolitan because I lived in Naples for a good 4 years. Because you see, my university, the one where I got my degree in, is in Naples. And so I moved to Naples for about 4 years to attend the university called Università Orientale di Napoli because it's focused on Japanese, Chinese, and all of those kind of studies. So I can double check his Neapolitan. Plus, I got family in Naples and I do understand Neapolitan. Let's see. All right, let's see how we're doing. I don't need it in 4K though because I'm streaming, so we can do 1080p. That's fine. Let's see how it does. Oh wait, I need my headphones again. All right.
Napolitana.
Auguri.
Yeah. In 2009.
See how people love it. That's always something I appreciate.
While I was in college, I decided to spend a year at an overseas language program in Beijing to learn Chinese. Not only did I get to try squat toilets for the first time at a Chinese university's international students dormitory, I was also randomly assigned as a roommate this handsome Italian man named Ciro, and I learned—
Of course his name is Ciro. Ciro, you probably don't know that, but it's like
I was also
the most Neapolitan name ever. Ciro, what else? Man, yeah, Ciro. Ciro is just so Neapolitan, so typical. Of course, his name is Ciro. So, yeah, when Xiaoma was a baby in Beijing, he was assigned a dormitory with this guy. So this guy must be from the same university as me. Actually, 100%. I can tell you he studied Chinese at the Orientale of Naples, and that's the Changcheng, so the Great Wall of China you see in the background.
randomly assigned as a roommate this handsome Italian man named Ciro, and I learned a lot from his debonair Italian ways. He, a rough around the edges punk rocker from the gritty streets of Naples, I, an introverted bookworm from the leafy suburbs of New York. As a match, it actually worked surprisingly well. Since leaving China 15 years ago, I've missed him quite a lot, and I couldn't turn down the opportunity to meet up with my old friend again.
Yeah, look at this. They're in Naples. Yeah, that's from the Yeah, I recognize this actually. This is just outside, I believe. Oh, yeah, it is the Naples airport. Yeah, that's actually quite nostalgic. Giro wasn't some kind of food with a C. Giro. Giri is a type of food, is a type of vegetables. But yeah. Yeah. 1080p, are we peasants here? No, I usually do everything in 4K, but I can't stream in 4K, I don't think. I don't think I have the bandwidth. So yeah. Ciro and Gennaro, exactly. Gennaro is another very Neapolitan. In fact, I have a friend by the name of Gennaro from Naples. All right, let's see. I want to hear this Neapolitan language. Let's go.
Friend again. Since I am a professional language learner who travels the world these days, Ciro offered to teach me the Neapolitan language of Naples, which, contrary to popular understanding, is not a dialect of Italian, but a language which differs from Italian as much as Spanish does.
Yeah, okay. So this idea I strongly agree with. The idea that even the same can be said about Sicilian, the same can be said about like Furlan and a lot of even Venetian probably. There are a lot of these languages which in Italian we call I dialetti, which means the dialects. But the reality of fact is that they are regional languages, and even Sicilian coexisted with all of the other languages, including the Tuscan variety, vernacular. Yeah, they like Sicilian is definitely a dialect of Latin. I don't think it's a dialect of, but regardless, they are regional languages. They're not dialects of Italian. It's like they're their own thing, right?
I don't speak any Italian, so it was quite fun for Neapolitans to encounter an American tourist who only spoke English and Neapolitan. If you want to learn Italian or Chinese or need help with language and culture,
I can't believe it. Ciro Esposito. Esposito. Man, this guy's the stereotypical name, surname. Insane. That's so cool. This guy's name is so Neapolitan. Unbelievable. Even the face is Neapolitan.
Good stuff. Ciro's link is in the description. But first, thanks to Raycon for sponsoring this video. I've been wearing my...
Alright, that is the whole sponsor segment. Raycon, great. Grab that money, mate. Fantastic. Let's go.
Today. Now back to the video.
Wow.
Hey, buddy, what's up?
Yeah.
Americana, Italiana, sin tutto fatto. What's going on, buddy?
Very good, bro. Your Neapolitan is impressive.
I haven't seen you in like forever.
And
Since like
你现在好帅啊！我上次看到你参加一个美
Look at this. It's like an American and an Italian from Naples. So wait, an American and an Italian in Naples speaking Mandarin. Man, that's a mind journey. That's a trip. Man, that's a trip. Because, of course, they both lived in China together. That is so funny. You have a friend called Gennaro. Everyone has a friend called Gennaro. Right, chat? You should do Danish, Norwegian, and Swedish are just dialect of each other, for example. Like, could you argue, I don't know, of each other, but of a common language, perhaps? You have to see the common, like, Old Norse. You could say they're all dialects of Old Norse, I suppose. But yeah, no, great. Let's go.
过的电视实录，这是节目啊，你有点胖。
有吗？
对，
I'm pong. Oh, come on, don't tell him. 你胖了。
考试 帅，你准备好了来意大利？
谢谢，我准备好了。
准备好了. My preparations are done. It's interesting the word 准备 in Chinese sounds a lot like junbi in Japanese. I believe they're the same characters as well. So he said he's ready. Okay,
如果
let's
你
go.
不帅的话，你不可以来意大利，知道吗？
对，我知道。
那你坐一下吧，因为这里我们不可以待很久。
好。
His Chinese is really good. They both speak very well. Look at that.
First stop, dinner with one of Chiro's students because we are hungry. Quale contorno ti piace? Quale contorno?
The mustard.
Well, you see what he said now. Quale contorno ti piace? I mean, that's the same as Italian. I mean, of course, if someone from Naples says it, they will say it with an accent. So maybe that's what Ciro was referring to, because that was kind of the same as Italian, wasn't it? Yeah.
Are you ready?
Ready. Volesse una gran pizza napoletana, ma serie.
Non voi, volesse.
Volesse.
Yeah, Volisse is Neapolitan for I want. That's good.
Non parla italiano.
I would like, maybe.
Napoletana, no poco. E fratemo?
Nu poco. A little bit. Yeah, he's doing well. Fratemo, did he say?
Volesse. Non parla italiano. So napoletana, no poco. E fratemo? Napoletana?
Your brother?
Fratemo, my brother, Fratemo. So yeah, they have to teach him Neapolitan as a language is fascinating in Italy because they have the schwa. So yeah, I don't know if it's the only Italian language that actually has the schwa sound that you have in English, for instance. So Neapolitans will say, imagine, for example, the super famous song, O Sole Mio. But if you hear it, which is in Neapolitan, by the way, it's not in Italian. And Neapolitan speakers will say O Sole Mio rather than mio. They have this sound. And so I want to see if they teach him that. That would be fun.
No, io sono napoletano. Accompagnami.
Your friend. Allora.
Friend.
Parla napoletano, Quiz.
Allora,
Yeah, the guy just said speak Neapolitan to him. Parla napolitano, Guis. Sì.
friarelli?
Oh gosh, friarielli. Yeah, I mean, the translation says broccoli. Friarielli is just so much more. I love friarielli, but I could never find them anywhere. And let me see if I can show you what friarielli are, because I freaking love friarielli. And you can never get friarielli as good as in Naples. Friarielli Napoletani. I need to show you what friarielli are, because if you ever go to Naples, you've got to try it. You've got to try it. Yeah, I found it. So that's what it is. Mostly this. It's like, it is a part of the leaves, I think, that have to do with broccoli or something like that. It's the same family, probably. I don't even know what the heck it is. But then they fry them. They fry them. And then they put them next to sausage. Salsiccia e friarielli is a typical combination, maybe with a little buffalo mozzarella right next to it. Guys, it's to die for. It's kind of like broccolini. Yeah, friarielli comes from like frigiarelli, I think would be in Italian, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, it's a section of the plant of broccoli that gets fried, and it's bitter, but it's so good. Little olive oil on top. Man, I miss it. I really miss it. Yeah, we are live. Killian. Broccoli rabe, possibly. It's just that I tried to find this anywhere. I could never find it. The only place, believe it or not, where I found friarielli that were very similar was in New York, because I found a pizza place, a pizzeria, that had people from Naples in it, and they ordered it. They ordered the stuff. So yeah, if you live in New York, there is a place where you can eat this. But man, it was good. Anyways, let's not get distracted. Let's go. Let's listen to this Neapolitan.
Mia compagna Gina.
You speak English?
He just said, I mean, he just said that his compagna would be like a classmate. The word compagno is interesting in Italian because it means classmate, but it is also the word that communists use to say comrade. So it's the same word. So depending on the context, it might have a completely different meaning in Italian. So I'm just saying. But anyways, he called her a classmate, which is fine. But then he said Cina, so he said that she's China, the country, which is fine because it's okay. He doesn't actually speak it. He's just making an effort, which I appreciate. to try. And also, he's very brave. One thing we can all say about Xiaoma is that he's very brave. Hey, Greg, welcome. Thank you so much for gifting Metatron's Academy memberships. Really appreciate that. Hello, hello. Oh yeah, it's just that the kind of, Carl, I know you can grow broccoli in the US easily, absolutely. It's just that no broccoli tastes like the friarielli in Naples, even in other regions of Italy. I tried. It's just, I don't know what it is. Man, the food in Naples is spectacular. It's spectacular. But yeah, let me make sure. Am I top right or am I forgetting to do it and then I'll have to go nuts in editing? No, okay, good.
你想吃什么？
你想吃什么? He said, what do you want to eat? 你想吃什么?
你给我看这个，我操！Proprio bene.
Porta una minerale per piacere.
Ok, piccola, piccerella?
Piccola.
Piccola.
Buona, yeah.
It's okay.
It's actually good, but so piccola, because it asked for a bottle of mineral water, natural water, and then piccola means small in Italian, but then the guy, the waiter actually said it in Neapolitan, piccerella. I wish he repeated that. He probably didn't catch it, but that's the way they say small.
Grazie.
In Sicilian, to say small, we would say nica, N-I-C-A, nica. And Nico, if it's masculine, that's how we say small in Sicilian instead. Very different.
Grazie assai, tutto a posto. Yo, first dinner
Tutto a
in Naples,
posto.
man. I'm excited to try some real Neapolitan pizza here, baby.
Ma margherita is?
My God, no, don't show me real Neapolitan pizza. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna implode today. Oh, that looks so good.
Una grande pizza napoletana. You got a French fry pizza.
Yes. We call kids pizza. Yeah, because French fries is kind of it's
kid
really
pizza,
bad.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's as bad as chicken on pizza as a
No,
top.
it's not. No, it's not. It's fine to put fries on pizza as long as it's not pineapple, mate. Put whatever you want.
Pineapple.
That's
我超爱，还有榴莲披萨。
Oh, he's gonna love it. So look how soft real Neapolitan pizza is. Like he's folding it, that's how you're supposed to eat it. And in fact, eating it, the Chinese girl is eating it fork and knife. Some people do that, but for me, the proper way to eat pizza is with your hands. And but anyway, do whatever you want. But look the imperfection in the crust. That's all part of the art of making pizza. And the cheese here is probably buffalo because it looks very white. Man, this is becoming a culinary video all of a sudden. I don't know what happened. But look how white this is. That tells me that it's buffalo mozzarella. He's gonna love it. He's gonna love it.
怎么样？
Yeah. 怎么样? 怎么样? How is it? 怎么样?
Pretty phenomenal.
Phenomenal, yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah, but that's not a good translation. The one they did, the way they translated it, it makes it sexual in nature, but Maggiarigriata is not. It just means I had a good time.
What? Do you say that? Yeah. Okay. Maggio ricriato.
Yeah, Maggiarigriata. That's a good one. It's good. It's good. Midnight snack. Okay, where are they now? Let's see if I can recognize. Maybe this is near either Piazza Plebiscito in Naples or maybe Manzoni. Maybe.
Potato? Egg limonata?
No, you squeeze the lemon on top of it, mate.
Son ebreo, non...
Is he Jewish? I didn't even know that. Or is he? Oh, he's joking. I don't know if he's joking, but because then he's gonna eat it, so he's probably joking.
Ma fratmo è napoletana. Isamania.
He said like, what do you want? The feet, the chin.
Non hai mai mangiata?
Una mai magnata. He's doing well as usual. Xiaoma always does really well when it comes to memorizing the sentences. So una mai magnata is how they say I've never eaten. It's interesting how Neapolitan is one thing in common with Spanish, which is they have this interesting way of not using the verb to have, but using the verb tenere, to hold instead. So, yeah, tengo fame is pretty much like tengo hambre in Spanish, but in Italian we would say ho fame.
Arrigriato.
Yeah, that's not a good translation of arrigriato, just so you know.
da portare.
Da mangia.
Da mangiare?
Da mangiare.
A voi.
A vo a mangia.
A vo, la mangia.
A vo e mangia. Otto e mangia.
So what the guy said, al volo, it literally means on the fly. And it's one way to say you just want to now eat it right immediately. Yeah.
Mangia. Sto
mangiando.
Sto mangiando. Sto mangiando.
Magnan is Neapolitan for mangiando in Italian.
Sto mangiando.
Guy likes it.
Oh, fratimo.
Grazie assai.
Fratimo mania.
Frate magna.
Sta parlando come napoletano,
Frate magna e magna.
Grazie sai.
Allora,
Sto imparando. Giungo fangeltje. Essa è Cina. Cina. È Cina. È Cina.
Cinese.
不害怕，
no.
你害怕什么呀？你吃这个。
Allora, un attimo solo, frate.
你吃这个？对对对，你吃这个。
Allora,如果他喜欢的话，他怎么说？Mangiare grigliato.
Alright, grazie assai. Bro,
So-
Yeah, grazie assai. So assai is a word that you have in common with Italian as well. It's just that I think the south uses assai more than the rest of Italy. It's a way to say very much, by the way, just for you. Yeah, on the fly in English too, exactly. It's a little uncommon, I guess. Pineapple pizza is underrated. Pineapple pizza is a heresy.
I'm jet lagged. I need some of this Italian coffee. Man.
Yeah,
Guys, is it just me or this is an hilarious shot? Like what is this? Some kind of eagle eye, bird eye camera lenses, I think is the GoPro. It's just so funny. It makes me laugh. I don't know what it is.
Bro, it's always coffee time. It's always
Yeah.
espresso time. I always come to this coffee place.
like
I know the
they're
owner.
walking like this.
He's a very nice guy, and he makes an authentic Italian Neapolitan espresso. It's
Ah.
called Bar Spettacolo. Buongiornissimo.
All right.
Auguri, buon auguri.
Auguri.
Ciao, io. He's my
Hey.
friend.
What he said now, ciao, wayo. Wayo is the Neapolitan way to say boy, guy. Yeah, very different once again from Sicilian. In Sicilian, we would say picciotto, at least in my area. Caruso if you're from the east of Sicily, picciotto, picciotto if you're from the west of Sicily. But wayo or wayona, it's such a characteristic way of saying boy, guy in Neapolitan. This is actually a pretty good video.
How you doing? Ciao, ciao, buongiorno. Buongiorno. Good morning. Good morning.
Chris, tu parli, you speak a little English.
Yes.
Yes, you speak English.
All right, that's good. That's good. I don't speak Italian. I don't speak Italian.
Enjoy a very
Yeah.
coffee.
Ci potete fare roya caffè? Roya caffè? Il caffè. Huh?
Yeah, he said Nagigavita, which is the Neapolitan way of saying I didn't understand. But so he is speaking Neapolitan to him. In Italian would be non ho capito.
Fa roya caffè. Roya?
Due caffè per
Roya
piacere.
caffè. Na grande.
It is difficult to pronounce, so I understand why it's difficult to enunciate. Particularly sounds of dialects are very difficult to enunciate sometimes. And so that's why the guy is not really understanding. Due caffè, due. Yeah, it's like maybe it's also because he wasn't expecting it.
Na gra-
Sta parlando napoletano.
Una grande caffè napoletana. Ma seria.
Una grande tazzulele caffè.
Cazzulele caffè.
Tazzulele.
Non hai mai beve caffè napoletana?
Bevuto.
Mai.
A Napoli? Mai.
Mai.
Ma
Mai.
tu sei Napoli?
Non sono italo-americano. Pop americano.
Pop americano.
Pop americano.
Proprio americano.
Pop americano, sì. Americano,
Facciamo il
sì.
più grande caffè fatto a Napoli negli ultimi 50 anni.
Studiando bene, eh?
Sto imparando napoletana. Compagna mia.
Quiz. He's doing great. He's doing really good. I'm enjoying this very much. Fisheye lenses, yeah, it's such a funny shot. I think they do it so they don't have to hold the camera. I think that's the reason why they're using that. And a GoPro is such a small camera it's easy to carry. Don't cheers with coffee. Well, I guess, yeah, you wouldn't do this with coffee. What else have we got? Because as usual, I don't react to the entire videos to encourage anyone watching. Even when I re-upload this on Academy, I want people to, go watch the original video so that I can give them the view. Trying wallet pizza. Oh, yes, absolutely. This is mostly replayed. Speaking Welsh and Neapolitan. He found a Welsh guy. Yeah, this is for you guys. You gotta watch this one. I won't take this one away from him, but we're gonna watch this part.
Wow, look at that.
Wow.
Look at that little thing. Is this a what is that?
Fried pizza with fried hot dog and fried french fries.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they're using pizza dough to make a sort of sandwich with pizza dough. And the one on the right here, it's a contadina, which is a fried pizza. And then the sauce is on top with fresh basil and mozzarella. It is phenomenal. I mean,
Kind of gross. Ciao. The pizza portfolio pizza. Yeah, so venuta a New York per provata pizza portfolio a Napoli.
that was difficult to understand. Like, I know he put like the guy here, but I don't think people understood. They understood he's speaking Neapolitan, but the grammar was a mess. Not his fault. I mean, he's impressive what he's been able to do, considering he has no training whatsoever in Neapolitan, of course. So, or he's doing really well. But this one sentence, I know he means he came from New York to try the pizza. Oh, Montanara, not contadina. They call it Montanara. Maybe we call it contadina in Sicily.
Yeah, a New York, Senuta è buona pizza portfolio. Solo inglese.
Senuto è buona. Ho sentito. Agio sentito. Maybe that's how they would say it.
Sì.
Parli napoletano?
Sì.
Sambarano napoletano.
So, un poco.
Un poco.
Mio professore mio. Professore
Oh, see, he did me. So he did the schwa. He figured it out. I knew Xiaoma wouldn't have missed that one. Very nice. Very nice. What do we got? Pineapple pizza with pineapple juice? Absolutely not. Fruit and pizza is a free choice. It's not. It should be banned by law. It's the only thing where I'm not for freedom.
Ma parla napoletano.
Parla napoletano?
4 euro. 4 euro.
Io non parlo italiano, però parlo solo napoletano.
4 euro.
Senti, ma a New York come si sta?
A New York.
Una bomba.
They are asking how is life in New York, and someone said it's a bomb. Like, usually when they say that, it means it's like it's great, grandiose.
Corona bomba.
Bomba, c'è like bomba. New York è show what am I?
Yeah, bene.
Yeah, and he translated how is life in New York in Chinese.
4 euros, right? Bene, buona
Questa è meglio pizza portafoglio.
Buona.
Grazie assai.
You see how the pizza, so it's a smaller pizza. It has only a little bit of cheese, this one. Depending on the pizza place where you go, by the way, the amounts of cheese vary. When people tell you, oh no, in Naples pizza is not good because they don't put any cheese, it's not true. It depends on the place. But when it comes to these small pizzas, it has a lot of flavor, but they don't put too much stuff because this is the kind of pizza that people take and eat on the go. And I used to eat these all the time when I would go to university. They used to cost €1, but I guess inflation. Anyways, did you notice that they fold it one time and then a second time, and they call it the wallet pizza? So it's folded twice and then you eat it because it's very soft. The dough is very soft. That's a flattering angle, I know. Wallet pizza, it's really good.
È meglio pizza.
Costa, pizzeria number one come la pasta della pizza di Napoli.
Number one.
Number one, let's go.
Go check it out. Yo, this is what I've been waiting for. Look at this.
Yeah, no.
Do you chin
eat
chin
it.
with this one?
No.
Or no chin chin? Okay. That's right. How do you eat this?
Yeah,
Oh my god.
Yeah.
For €2, this is like the best thing you can eat.
yeah.
Can you believe it was
awesome.
€1 when I was at university student?
You see, he's saying the same thing. It was €1 when he was a university student. Probably we were university students at a well, no, because he said 2006. When was I a university student? Goodness gracious. I don't know, it's been a while.
Saccia e napoletana. Piage una sigaretta.
Lo so, I smoke. Wow, Gina! Ciao.
Ciao.
This is my
Gina.
friend Ari from New York.
Hi,
She's Gina.
Gina.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Nice to
Harry, is that his real name? I didn't even know. For me, it was Xiaoma. I didn't even question it. Of course, it is what it is, I guess. Obviously, it's a nickname, but I always thought, for some reasons, I didn't think he had a real name. I don't know why.
meet you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this, we're having a tourist walk in Naples.
Okay, let me see another section. Buying naughty pasta. Oh, it's the pasta that is in the shape of private parts of men and women. Yeah. Shopping for souvenirs. Vendor speaks Neapolitan and Chinese. Man, what a a romantic dinner. Hey, with who? With Ciro? I thought you were married. Are you exploring new ideas of new ways of life? Anyways, this was good. I mean, I watched already so much. I don't want to watch too much, so I'll just give him a like. And I think for this first react, we're good to go. This was really fun. The best way to learn Italian is to eat. I agree, Katie. I agree. You want that, sir? Pip-wise? Yeah, it's so good. If you guys ever go to Naples, you've got to try it. Maybe you could go into a street called... Man, it's been so long. What was it called? Via... But Spacca Napoli, I guess. Spacca Napoli. It means breaks Naples, and it literally cuts Naples in half. Via Spacca Napoli. You'll get a few of those really good. Very nice. Do they sell pineapple on pizza? No, they don't. Someone is saying, Metatron, you should eat pineapple pizza. You know what? I won't do it unless we do some kind of like crazy situation where, I don't know, if we reach a certain number of subscribers or subscriptions one night, then I'll buy it and I'll only eat it if something up. I might do that. Can you imagine Metatron eating pineapple on pizza? People are going to clip it everywhere and use it against me until the day I die, and even beyond. They'll put pineapple on pizzas, the pictures of me eating it, on my grave. That's what's going to happen. I could do it for 1 million subs. That's a good idea. $10,000 for charity. Man, Metatron eats subjects himself to pineapple on pizza for charity. I love it. I'm so gonna do it. Pineapple on pizza for charity. I'm doing it, guys. I'm doing it. I'm so gonna organize the event. I am so gonna organize the event. Oh, that's gonna be phenomenal. That is gonna be phenomenal. All right, let's change. Let's react to something else. Let's react to something else. All right, so we can close this one. See something a little shorter. Let's see. So we did Neapolitan. That was fun. Found a good video, but this is a little long. I don't think I can do it now. Let's have a look at World Friends. Goodness gracious. Calm down, lady. It's the Brazilian lady. She's always very excited. She always wants to talk. All right, so let's pick one of these for a short react, just to have a palate cleanser after talking about pineapple and pizza so much. Gonna give me a freaking heart attack one of these days. And let's pick one of these, because I like this channel. Let's pick one of these, and then we'll do something a little deeper again. Let's see what we've got. Same word, different meaning. American was shocked by same English word with different meanings. Maybe. Same word, different meaning. I wonder if in Italian it has a different meaning as well. Man, that could be interesting. I might guess it. Canadian American guess 7 different don't care. Something that has like, let me see. What have we got? Pronunciation difference. American was shocked. This is always American was shocked. American was shocked by Latin languages differences. Yeah. We can do this so we can interject because they don't have an Italian speaker. Let's go.
How do you say it? Zapatisha.
Oh, wait, did I put myself top right? Yeah, hey, look at that. Let's go.
I say zapachilla. For us, like sneaker, it would be tenis.
Yo, for us too.
Yeah!
In Argentina, we say chorro.
I heard that before. When I went to Argentina, they were like, toma cuidado con los chorros.
For us, the double L, we pronounce as sh.
In Argentina, yes.
Hi. Yes, Brazil for sure. We speak Portuguese.
Like Brazil, yeah. Then the other one, probably the ending of the words, the vocabulary.
I think for us, for like South America and Spain, it's very different.
Yeah, for me in Mexico at least, depends on the city that you live in. It's different too.
Which part of Mexico are you from?
I'm from the north in a city called Monterrey.
As a person who had to learn Spanish, the vocabulary is very different.
Hey, this is fascinating. Thank you, the Xeno... Something I can't read the name, Xenoist, contributing to the Pineapple Pizza Fund. Thank you. Oh my gosh, that's gonna be so funny. Oh, and by the way, I need to make sure that I've got the chat in here. So let me move this, and let's see these pronunciation differences then. Let's go.
Pronunciation is different too.
Yeah.
We all have different accents.
I also think like the flow of the language is very different. Like some people when they speak Spanish kind of sounds like they're singing.
Grammar-wise, though, we're pretty similar. But I don't think we have any word that is the same. Because like there's a lot of words that they are the same, but the meanings are different.
Oh, I'm sure you do have words between Portuguese and Spanish that are the same. Like you definitely can find them.
There must be. I mean, it's so similar. So,
Yeah.
but I don't know what. There are words that are closer to Latin Spanish. For example, there are some places that say carro for car, and we say cajo, so it's pretty much the same. While like in Spain they say coche, and I feel
True, yeah, el coche. That's the one I learned because, of course, in Italy we studied Spain Spanish. I mean, it makes sense. They're just around the corner. You can walk there. I mean, you can't, but from an American perspective, it's just around the corner. Anyways, yeah, cajo instead of carro, and then el coche for a car. In Italian, it's macchina. That's the word we use. I mean, you can say automobile, but everyone says la macchina. La macchina. You say coche in the Philippines for car as well? Wow, that's fascinating. Huh. Let's go.
that actually Brazilian Portuguese is similar to Catalan than to actual Spanish.
In the US, we say friend.
In Spain, we say amigo.
Amigo.
In Argentina, we say amigo.
Amigo.
In Brazil, we say amigo.
In
Amigo.
Mexico, we say amigo.
Great. And in Italian, we say amico. So with a C. Were you expecting that? Were you expecting? I don't know why I'm looking there. Were you expecting that?
Yep. Not too English though.
Maybe there's some slight differences, but it sounded like, yeah.
I take back what I said.
It sounds a little bit different than most with you, of course.
Yeah, it's because like we say u for o ending words, and they.
You know, that is so interesting because in Sicilian, we tend to say u instead of o at the end of words a lot. So Sicilian and Portuguese are actually closer when it comes to the ending of words. Believe it or not, let me move this over here. And macchina with a soft ch is East European, really. So you say machina? Machina? How do you say it? Let's see. Yeah, the translation is not great, but I still think the videos are fun. At least if you can interject and provide some extra commentary, I think it's fine. Macchina in Portuguese is a machine, like in a factory. Yeah, and in Italian, it's also that. So macchina means machine or a car, because I mean, a car is a machine after all. And it's interesting that in Italian, it's macchina. So you see there is a strong k with a jump, a little glottal stop, macchina. But in Sicilian, it's just single k, single k sound, and it's macchina. It's soft, it's shorter, macchina, macchina. But yeah, fun. What else? Let me see. In Sicilian, how would one refer to a sports car? Macchina di corsa, a macchina di corsa. Yeah, macchina da corsa, macchina di corsa. Still a macchina. Veicolo, yeah, you've got veicolo. Voiture, exactly, in French. We do have vettura, but it's like super technical in Italian.
Say more love.
Oh, I think that's what I can distinguish the most. In the US, we say shoes.
In Spain, we say zapato.
Zapato.
Argentina, we say zapatos or
Zapatos.
zapatillas.
In
Zapatillas, with her accent, of course.
Brazil, we say sapato.
In
Zapato.
Mexico, we say zapatos.
Zapatos. Yeah, cool. So for shoes in Italian, it's scarpe. So Italian is the odd one, I suppose.
And ta, right?
I think like I'm the one that it's more different
Yeah,
right
because
now.
even I do sa, and you have
Yeah.
zapatilla. We have zapatilla.
What does it mean?
You know, like tiny, like ballet-like sort of
it's the
shoes.
same in Mexico,
It's an
too.
actual shoe, but we call zapatilla.
In Catalan, it's zapatillas.
In Argentina, zapato is like this, like a formal shoe. Zapatilla is like a sneaker.
For us, like sneaker, it would be tenis.
In Italian, a sneaker or trainers, we would say scarpe da tennis. If you just say tennis, I think of the sport. Like if you tell me I bought some tennis, if you have to put shoes, like tennis shoes in Italian. You can't say ho comprato tennis because it sounds like, oh, you bought what, a racket? What do you mean? Like a whole field? Are you rich or something? So it's scarpe da tennis. That's how we say it in... Is in Portugal part of Spain? Geographically, it's part of the Iberian Peninsula, but no, Portugal is a separate country where they speak a different language. Zapatos in the Philippines means shoes also. Cool, you got a lot of Spanish influence in the Philippines. Nice.
Oh, for us too.
And the pronunciation is also different. So how do you say this?
Zapatisha.
I say zapachilla.
Oh yeah, right. The sound. In the US, we say chocolate.
In Spain, we say chocolate.
In Argentina, we say chocolate.
In Brazil, we say chocolate.
In Mexico, we say chocolate.
Yeah, Portuguese. I can always hear.
In Italian, it's cioccolato. So it's just the ending, it's o, cioccolato.
Like, the difference with the sound.
The CH for us sound like sh. Some places in Brazil,
We do that in Sicily, in Palermo, sometimes. We have the sh when other accents have a ch. Man, we are finding some common areas between Portugal and Sicilian. How about that? Cioccolata, cioccolato, yeah, cioccolato. Interesting.
they're gonna say the ending a little bit different, so they can say chocolate, but it depends on the area that they are. A big part of Brazil says chocolate.
In the US, we say thief.
Chocolacci, probably what? Carioca do that? Thief. What a word to choose. Thief.
In Spain, we say ladrón.
In Argentina, we say ladrón.
In Brazil, we say ladrão.
In Mexico, we say ladrón
Or
ratero.
ratero. Holy moly. In Italian, it's ladro. So without the N. Ladro. You do have ladrone, but I think you only hear it in, like, if you read, I don't know, if you're reading the Bible or if you're reading, like, 101 Nights and that kind of literary stuff, then you'll hear it. I 40 ladroni. But otherwise, it's ladro. Ladro in Italian, yeah. Ratero, does it have to do with a rat, with a mouse?
Is that like slang or it's like an official word?
I would say it's an official word. Like if you say it, everyone will understand. But I'm not sure if it's like the correct way of saying it. It might be slang.
A slang for thief in Spain?
Doesn't come to my mind now.
Do you have some in Argentina?
In Argentina, we say chorro.
I heard that before. When I went to Argentina, they were like,
I don't know why I thought that was some kind of food.
cuidado con los chorros.
It's informal slang.
Maybe I'm second guessing myself now. Maybe it is slang. I'm not sure. I've used it my whole life, so I don't know.
Yeah, sometimes when you use slang all the time, you're like, yeah, it's just a word now, right?
The word you said and the word you said, like the slang, I never heard in my life.
Really?
Ratero y chorro.
Chorro means something else in Mexico.
Really? What does it mean?
Chorro means like when you open up a faucet of water.
Oh yeah, that saying. Chorro de agua. Yeah, chorro de agua.
Like
Really? I have a clue about that. Rata is rat, hence ratero. I see. The formal Latin name for rats is ratus. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. Let me make sure that everything is working here correctly. Yes, splendid. Say what? I think Metatron could make bank if he did a sword signing. I would pay $100 for him to sing, to sing one of my swords, to sign, okay, signing, to sign the swords. I mean, yeah, I do, absolutely, but how am I going to get the swords? I would have to then send them back. It's be fun, but would have to be like, what, a meet and greet, I guess. Slang words for thief in Spanish is chorizo. Is it? Maybe they forgot about that. I've got to head out. No problem, Sir Pippi Wise. Once again, thank you for gifting the subscriptions on Twitch. Really appreciate that. Good evening. Do you trill your R's in Latin? Yes, absolutely. I remember a video saying you shouldn't. There is no empirical evidence whatsoever. And we've been rolling our R's in Italy since forever, and it's still there. And it also is there in every Romance language except from French, but French got it from German. Yeah, they roll their R's. Absolutely.
Water coming out or something?
Chorro is like the flow of water.
Oh, there's a word for like the flow? In the US, we say handsome.
In Spain, we say guapo o guapa.
In Argentina, we say lindo.
In Brazil, we say bonito or lindo.
In Mexico, we say guapo.
But we can use all these words like...
Interesting. So in Italian, we say bello. Bello. B-E-L-L-O. Bello. Yeah.
Lindo, bonito, guapo.
The Spanish that I learned, of course, it was a big mix. So I thought that like a guapo is like, oh, someone is handsome. And then lindo is like, oh,
yeah,
cute.
You would call someone guapo in more of like, oh, this person is attractive. And lindo is more like, oh, he's cute, he's sweet.
For cute, we would say carino in Italian, carino, and carina. If it's a girl, of course, it's a beautiful woman. You can say bella, bella donna. bellissima, una donna bellissima is how I would say a beautiful woman. And if I wanted to say good-looking man, I would say, or a handsome man, I would say un bell'uomo, because then bello, just you do LL apostrophe and connect it to the U in uomo, un bell'uomo, una bella donna, una donna bellissima. That's how you would say it in Italian. But yeah, carino, carina. Fun fact, choro is also Mexican slang for, oh no, is it? Oh gosh, because of, oh gosh, that's not a nice mental image. Yeah, I know where you're coming from, Piccolete. You say Portuguese from Portugal sounds more similar to Russian to me. Same. I have that same feeling. It's different, but sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes the way they cut words makes it sound a little Slavic, and therefore I associate it with Russian too. Yeah. Cariño is a verb in Portuguese, really? Huh.
I hear that a lot, like with my Spanish friends. Like they all go like, "Ay, qué linda."
I've heard that, yeah.
I use that a lot.
In Spain,
Same in Italian. Che carina, che carina. To see how cute. Che carina, che carino.
we use mono for lindo. We say que mono, que lindo. It's little bit not that used, or more for like grandmas, I feel like.
In Argentina, we don't use guapo. We use lindo or está bueno. But that's slang.
It's like hot. You're hot.
Yeah.
In the US,
Hot is interesting because in Italian you drop the U. So it's actually an interesting fun fact. The word buono, buona, buono, buona just means good. You could say you're eating a pizza, you can say è buona. Or if you, I don't know, you're eating a gelato, you could say è buono, an ice cream. But if you drop the U and just say bono, bona, it means hot, sexy. That's what it means. Yeah.
we say document.
In Spain, we say documento.
In Argentina, we say documento o factura.
In Brazil, we say documento.
In Mexico, we say documento.
In Italian, we say documento. It's exactly the same. Factura, so if you remove the C as Italian simplified CT from Latin into a double T, and you say fattura, it actually means invoice. It doesn't mean document, it specifically means invoice. So I wonder if that's the same in Argentinian Spanish and maybe she got confused, or if it is an actual alternative for the word for document, because in Italian it wouldn't be. Italian is most sexy. Thank you, Killian. Appreciate that. Same in Norwegian, actually, is it?
It's the same,
Yeah.
right?
Same thing, only like just the ending. Because like again, they say o, and I say documento, 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 documento.
Yeah, I'm hearing more of ooh at the end.
In Sicilian, I would say u documento. So yeah, exactly like Portuguese, without the singing of Portuguese and the nasalized sounds. Yeah, you say it's the same in Mexico. Factura is an invoice bill. Yeah, I honestly think it's the same in Argentina. She just got a little, because maybe, I mean, they all look not like too young, but they all look relatively young compared to me. And it's possible that maybe you heard the voice, but if you haven't had, work experience with making invoices, then perhaps, it's just a personal, yeah. Document in German, yeah, very similar. Cool.
Right? I think yours is more kind of like melodic sounding.
Really?
No, maybe it's just me.
I realized one more thing. When we do the N in Brazil, we don't say men, we say men.
Main.
Yeah, we don't say documento, we say documento. Brazilian Portuguese is very nasal.
In the US,
It is, yeah.
we say avocado.
In Spain, we say aguacate.
In Argentina, we say palta.
In Brazil, we say abacate.
In Mexico, we say aguacate.
Fight.
Wow.
Palta, it's, yeah. You can
In Italian, I think we just say avocado. We just say the same, yeah, avocado. I don't think we have a special one for it.
not say to a Spanish person, palta will never understand you.
The thing
Me
is
neither.
that
I
avocado
haven't got a clue. If you tell me, me gusta comer la palta, I'd be like, what's that? I would think la pasta.
is a traditionally Mexican. It comes from way before Spanish people came to Latin America. Back then, there were like the Mayan people. Traditional native Mexican people came up with the word aguacate. But then in the south of South America, we had the Incas. They have
Yeah.
a language called...
Yeah, also because in Mexico you would have the Aztecs.
Quechua. In that traditional native language, they say palta. So usually the south of South America, Peru, like Uruguay, Argentina, we say palta, and in the north, they say aguacate.
That's, you know your history.
I think it's because too many people fight with her because of that.
Everybody tries to tell me that it's wrong, but it's not wrong.
It's not wrong, absolutely. No. It's connected to the indigenous traditions. I wish they kept more of the languages spoken by the... You know how interesting it is, though? I remember a few years ago when I started studying a little more deeply the Aztecs, for instance, the Tenochtitlan. You know, whenever I think the Maya go back, like, it's very ancient civilization. Not as ancient as the Romans, but it's an ancient civilization. But the Aztecs, not really that much. We're talking about maybe like 13th century, 14th century. They're not that ancient as a civilization. Maybe their origins, if someone could place them, and historians have been trying to understand where they were coming from before they settled into what would become Tenochtitlan, their massive, which I'm mispronouncing of course, their massive city, and then they interacted with the Spanish and the whole situation that happened historically. But with Cortés, absolutely Cortés, we should say, since he's from Spain. Mayan is still spoken in Mexico, that's nice. Cool stuff.
Comes from Quechua.
Well, the Maya go back to 1000 BC. Well, there you go then. Well, still, well, yeah, then definitely. I should have said not ancient as the Greek, maybe. But then again, who knows? At the end of the day, when does a people begin and end?
In the US, we say chicken.
In Spain, we say pollo.
In Argentina, we say pollo.
In Brazil, we say frango ou galinha.
In
Seriously, completely different.
Mexico, we say pollo.
Gallina is chicken, but like the alive chicken. You know? Pollo is like...
Okay, it's all different. So in Italian, it's pollo. So we just pronounce the double L, pollo. But what they are saying now, the other word that she said gallina, and the Portuguese was what?
Galinha.
Galinha sounds like Italian gallina, but gallina is the female. It's the egg laying bird. It's the what's the word in English? The goodness gracious. Oh, in Danish it's just avocado. Yeah, just like in Italian, exactly. Yeah, so that would be hen, exactly. Thank you. That's what gallina means, hen, specifically in Italian. Yeah, everyone is writing hen. Yeah, hen, exactly. So gallo, gallina, exactly. It's like the roster and the hen. Yeah, it's also the female. All right, there we go. So we're kind of double checking the situation here.
Mexico, we say pollo.
Gallina is chicken, but like the alive chicken. You know? Pollo is like the meat.
Because pollo is the alive chicken as well in Italian. Pollo.
The LL, how do you say that?
For us, the double L, we pronounce as sh.
I find that fascinating of Argentinian Spanish. It's so typical.
Interesting. Yeah, that's very different. In the US, we say wait.
In Spain, we say esperar.
In Argentina, we say esperar.
In Brazil, Portuguese, we can say esperar.
In Mexico, we say esperar.
You know what's so interesting? In Italian is aspettare. That's the verb to wait. And then if you're giving the command, if you're using imperative, it would be aspetta, aspetta. Esperar, it's actually a false friend, because if I hadn't known this without any context, I would have thought it means to hope, because in Italian, sperare, without the E at the beginning, means to hope. So how do you say to hope in Spanish then?
Esperar.
In Brazil, Portuguese, we can say esperar.
In Mexico, we say esperar.
The thing is, I did sound similar to you guys this time because
So it also means, okay, Benobo is saying it also means to hope. Interesting. Espero, exactly, yeah, spero in Italian. So it's so interesting. Yeah, aspettare in Italian. So they are separate, different words then, I suppose, in Italian.
was using São Paulo Center Brazilian Portuguese. I would say a little bit different. I would say esperar. It depends on which part of Brazil you are, because the R sound, it's very different. And that's a huge fight among Brazilians. Because there's also...
I love that. In Italy, it's easy. Just roll it. Just freaking roll it. Although then again, Sicilians roll it more. Our R are even stronger than other parts of Italy, and it's one thing that you can tell. Like, to give you an example, and since I don't want to watch the whole video, so I'll give him a like and I'll stop the reaction here, but just to give you an example of what I'm talking about, in Sicilian, if you see a word that begins with a single R, as why am I even specifying, a word that begins with an R, In Italian, for example, the girl, la ragazza, and then the radio, la radio. In Sicilian, la radio. So if you notice, it's a stronger R, la radio. And then la ragazza in Sicilian would be abecciuata. Agarusa in the east, so it's a different word. But even if I wanted to speak Italian with a Sicilian accent, I would say la ragazza and double the R in pronunciation. So a very strong R at the beginning of words is typical of a Sicilian accent. La fidanzata would be like the fiance, the girlfriend. But usually it's like the family knows it. Otherwise, you just say la ragazza, yeah. La fidanzata, yeah. Fidanzata is like when you have not necessarily engaged with a ring, not necessarily. It's not like exactly like fiance, but it's an official girlfriend. La mia fidanzata. And in fact, it's kind of the proper way to say it. So it also depends on how proper of a family, I guess, it is. But most Italian would say la mia ragazza to say my girlfriend. Yeah. Anyways, fascinating stuff. It was a good react. Let's close it for now. And yeah, it's 8. So I think I'm going to call it a night for this first live streaming combination between Twitch and Metatron's Academy. I hope you guys had a good time. We're definitely going to do more. We did 2 reacts, pretty good. Maybe next time we can try and squeeze in 3. But we also spent some time talking a little bit. Let me move the chat here so it doesn't look like I'm looking on the other side. But yeah, so I'll come back live tonight for Twitch multi-streaming with Metatron's Protectorate for gaming stuff. And we might even do a little react to Wired and maybe even Joe Rogan with Graham Hancock. We'll see, but I'm definitely going to play some games tonight. At around 9:30 Central Standard Time. We'll do a good 2-3 hours live stream. Thank you so much anyways, everyone, for supporting. Thank you for your generosity and for making this stream a lot of fun. I will, of course, see you later. Yeah, tonight we're playing Half Sword. Absolutely, we're playing Half Sword. Might even start with that one. Thank you, Metatron. I was about to say thank you, Metatron. Oh, no. Metatron is gone. Thank you, Metatron. Thank you, guys. And I will see you. Thank you, no ones. I'll see you later. Have a good one. Valete.